Welcome, my beautiful Cancers. This is going to be your October 2023 reading. I'm sorry it's a couple days late. I was really trying hard to get all the readings out by the first, but things happen. Um, Anyways, welcome. This is going to be for Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Some of you are intuitively guided to the channel. I want to give a shout out to my members who I have a few Cancer members, so shout out to you. Um, and you could have plans in the sign of Cancer, or you're here checking up on a Cancer. You just want to see what's going on with them. Just remember, like I read through my guides and your guides, and your guides know you're here. So just be open to receiving your own messages, okay? Sometimes people will watch, like, another person's reading and feel like, wait a minute, that's me, or that, just know that, just trust your intuition. Just trust your intuition. All right. So we're going to use three different decks. We're going to use Mother Mary for our words of oracle. We're going to use the Gilded Tarot to clarify. Oh, Ten of Pentacles on the bottom. Take it. And then I'm going to use the Psychic Tarot for your main spread. But let's go ahead and start with Mother Mary. Let's give it a shuffle or two. Happy Monday, everyone. Happy October. I know energy's been a little rough lately for a lot of us. Hopefully that is getting better and better and better. Remember that we are getting ready to end the Universal Year 7 and about to enter into Universal Year 8. So you may find like there's some things going on that are calling for, some type of resolution so that you can have these new beginnings in 2024. I apologize. My screen keeps going dark on me. People have been getting me all kinds of help with trying to make, oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Sorry. Um, hmm. All right. I don't know where it went. I was going to show you a lighting program that I have, an app, but for some reason it's not there. That's all right. All right, let's begin. Okay, you got two. We have integrity. Integrity. I trust my ability to know what is true for me. I feel like that's why I said what I said in the beginning, like just trusting, what is true for you. Integrity. Don't let anybody take it from you. And then we have feminine. So, when I see feminine, I like to remind you that we are a mixture of masculine and feminine, light and dark. And it really is about finding the balance. Sometimes there's many times I feel like I'm more in my masculine energy. But there are sometimes our feminine energy is also called into action. Male or female, doesn't really matter. I allow my feminine nature to shine brightly as a valuable part of my identity. Feminine and integrity. It's like the Empress. All right, let's get into the main spread. And we're going to use again the Psychic Tarot. Everything's pre-shuffled, guys. But I do like to shuffle with you here. I do for a couple different reasons. First of all, I feel like it just helps me pick up on your energy even more. People are like, how are you able to do that? Through my guides, through your guides. But I also like to take any doubt from your mind that, like, if something comes out that looks so good, like, well, she didn't shuffle those cards. All right. I'm going to bring the lid down a little bit. And let's begin. My beautiful Cancers. Well, hello, your major arcana as your first card. And the Psychic Tarot is called Triumph. We'll take it. I love that it's your first card. You know, it's interesting because to me, the chariot really is about finding balance within, like that masculine and the feminine, that light and that dark. And it's like when I find that balance, then I just feel like energy becomes unlimited. You know, whatever you're using it for. Some of you can relate to a new car. Doesn't have to be a brand new car, but a car. Some of you, it's giving you an opportunity to take something to the next limit. It is the seven. We're in the year of the chariot, by the way. Or another way of saying that is 2023 is being represented by the chariot. All right. We have solitude. That is the hermit. And then we have shadow. That is your ruler. Wow. Card of Pisces. But it is your ruler. Three major arcanas. Look at that. And by the way, I love this image. Um, you know, this is someone looking at the dark side, right? It's like I'm recognizing that, but choosing to be in the light. You know, the moon is can be uncertainties, right? Like I'm not sure how something's going to go. I can only see as far as the moonlight will allow me to see. But that's when you really want to trust in your intuition. It's also very dreamy type energy. So, you know, I kind of love it with the chariot. And I love that your ruler and your major arcana came out. What's in between the two of them? Solitude. You know, it's interesting because it's like she's reading from the Akashic records. And, you know, to me, what that means is like everything from every lifetime is recorded. You know, another way of putting it is there's nothing that you, as a spiritual being, having human conditions or human experiences, has not been through before. It's almost like I can look back at my journal and understand, okay, I've been here before. That means I can overcome. Nine to me also talks about reflection. Um, you know, not everything is meant to be like crystal clear. Sometimes you do have to take a chance on yourself. I also feel it's a very spiritual time. You know, when I think of the hermit, I think of someone who's got the guts to go into that cave, into that darkness, and look deep within themselves, you know. And ultimately, I feel like what you're, you know, I'm searching for the light. Well, really, what you figure out in the hermit's energy, if you allow yourself, is that you are the light. You are your savior. You know, it's like if I'm waiting for someone else to come in and save the day, you can save the day. Interesting. 18, which is also a 9. I'm seeing a lot of synchronicities with numbers for the month of October. Okay. Well, hello, Fool. So here we go. The Fool is being mirrored by your major arcana, the Chariot. Again, the Chariot's unlimited potential. The Fool talks about, it's interesting because I feel like the Fool is mirroring the Chariot because of the Hermit. So I feel like, you know, some of you, you've done that hard work. You've looked deep and now you're ready for a new beginning. A new beginning can be really, I feel like, whatever it is that you want a new beginning in. You know, it's starting at the zero. Um, so, you know, like I'm starting anew. New beginnings. Triumph. Now, we do have mental conflict. It's just the Two of Swords. I don't like that my screen's going dark. Someone says, hold your card up longer and it'll readjust, but doesn't seem to be doing that. So I apologize for the darkness. Dang it. Anyways, mental conflict, Two of Swords. That talks about the willingness or the unwillingness to face a situation. There may be something that you needed to reflect upon, Cancer, that in some way maybe has held you back or in some way has, caused some type of imbalance within your life. And maybe that's what integrity is talking about. If I'm trying to please all the people, well, that's never going to happen. I learned that through reading tarot. You can't please everyone. You just can tell the truth, And so taking the blindfold off, I feel like it's an important step in whatever this new beginning is, facing whatever it is you need to face. And then I feel like your guides are saying, if you're willing to take that blindfold off, because remember, the Two of Swords is like crossing, like almost like blocking an opportunity. You know, don't be fearful of what lies under that blindfold or taking that blindfold off and then facing something head on. I feel like you have the ability to do that. I'm hoping, I'm kind of feeling that this may be an old energy because the 7 and the 2 would be a 9. So I feel like you have reflected upon, situations in your life. When I think of the Fool, I think about cycles, 9-year cycles. So there may be a cycle that's coming to an end. But listen, that just means that something new wants to begin. Let's keep going. I mean, you got 4 major arcanas on your top line. Wow. To me, major arcanas really want you to pay attention to them. And I love that the Chariot again opened up that reading with the word triumph right on it. Passion ignited. Beautiful. Interesting coming under the Hermit because I feel like, well, there is your light. There is that light you've been seeking. Passion ignited. That means that something, it's like you find this fire in your belly, and I feel like you need to follow that. The Ace of Wands, yes, it is passion. It's something that's desirable, but it is also action oriented. And what I mean by that is it does require your action, right? Like your guides can pique your interest, but then if you don't follow it, what can they do? Truth. Speaking of your spiritual team, this talks about a rebirth. It is calling you to the present moment. So is the Fool. It's coming under your ruler, the moon. Again, I feel like many of you have really spent that time like looking at all sides of yourself, not judging yourself, but knowing yourself. So truth or judgment is calling you to the present moment so that some type of rebirth can take place. I love that the Ace of Wands is right behind it because it's almost like before this rebirth even begins, it's like the epiphanies start, the ideas start flowing. Um, Again, the only thing that is a little difficult right now is this Two of Swords. So, if nothing else, your spiritual team is saying take off the blindfold. There's no need for it in the potential of where you may be going. Another major arcana. 5 major arcanas out of 7 or 8 cards. And one of them being an ace. So 5 major arcanas and the ace. Rest and rejuvenation. This is the 4 swords. This is healing. I feel like for some of you, this is healing of your mind because it's mirroring again the 2 of swords. I feel like, if you feel like your guides aren't involved in your life, I want to say think again, but that sounds kind of rude, but think again because, they're connected to allowing this healing process to take place. This is a very grounded type energy at the same time, like this person's sitting out in the woods His hands are wide open. His head is down, almost like humbled, sitting next to a tree, which to me speaks of the wisdom. Your wisdom, your ancestors' wisdom. You carry all of that with you. That's powerful. If you can believe in just that alone, that you carry the energy of all your ancestors, powerful. And when I say that, it's because I feel like they're involved. They want to help you with this new beginning. This is your spiritual team. Epiphanies will be received, signs, direction, just trust. Four Swords can talk about a period of time also where maybe you did need to take a little bit of time and you did need to heal. I feel like it's your thought system. Now, when I say your thought system, I'm sure it's due to other people, or something not working out or at least the way you wanted it to work out. But when judgment comes out, especially with the Ace of Wands behind it, I feel like there's only something bigger and better coming. And not only that, I feel like in the Four of Swords, it's allowing that part of yourself to heal. Remember in the Three of Swords, what am I healing? Well, the heart, the mind, the soul. But remember, the fourth sword is you. It's your actions. It's your part in something. And again, it's not to judge yourself, but it's to know yourself. Like has somebody been telling me, I don't know, like if I just feel like if there's been any negativity around you, I feel like their energy doesn't hold the power that it once did. I feel like if I'm still a little afraid to take off that blindfold, that's when I really need to trust in my guides. I feel like even with the blindfold, this Ace of Wands still shows, right? The inspiration still shows. And then I don't know, I'm just like, she's reading from this book, and this book can be the Bible for some. You know what I mean? Because I feel like it's a book of inspiration. This, now, it may not be a physical book, but I feel like it's something that is inspiring you to begin again, start anew. All right, let's keep going. Well, deception and envy. So now we know why the Two of Swords is there. This is untrustworthy energy. Um, Listen, if someone is being deceptive, you're better off facing it. You're better off knowing the truth, right? And sometimes I feel like I can't I can't change certain people. And it's not even my job to change them. When I say I mean me, I mean you. I mean all of us, right? It's not our job to fix those who don't want to be fixed. Sometimes it does stem from envy, but that envy can show in very, hmm, what's the word I want to use? Deceptive ways. Spiritual strength, beautiful. So you have two nines mirroring each other, solitude and then spiritual strength. Can you overcome whatever this energy is in deception, energy, and envy with mental conflict there? Can you overcome that? I feel like this is your guide just saying, lean on us, lean on me. So interesting because Sam just said to me, I may need to lean on you. Um, and I sang the song, Lean on Me. And now I'm feeling that, where your guides are saying that to you. It's almost like they're singing. I think it's James Taylor. When you're not the shore. Foundation and achievements. Big old rainbow behind that house. Some of you may be moving into a new home. It's interesting because it's like this family is looking at this home and, maybe they're wondering like, is this our home? But then the rainbow, to me, would signify yes. I feel like, because deception and envy is here and the two swords, and then another four, rest and rejuvenation, because four to me is about our foundation. I feel like the scream went dark again, but it is about our foundation. And boy, I don't know. I just feel like you've come a long way. And I do feel like, it's like you were in a burning ring of fire, but I feel like you're being lifted. You're being lifted, but you gotta allow it at the same time. Some of you may have had that question in your mind. Should I move to another place? Should I change where I'm at? That type of energy. Only you can answer that, but I feel like your guides are helping to inspire you in whatever choices you make. Okay. No. Okay. We are going to take these because they came face up. We have the strength card. The strength card, just look at the image. This person's part man, part lion. What does that mean? That means this person has found balance within themselves. I often feel this talks about our inner demons or what we feel are our inner demons, the dark side of us, and understanding that we can control that. This is the strength card. It says power here. But when you ultimately realize that, like how powerful you really are, if I live an unbalanced life, it's hard to have a good life. But once I find that balance within myself, everything starts to change. And I feel like because we have the chariot right there, and by the way, interesting that we have the chariot as the number seven, universal year seven this year. And then we have the strength card or power here, number eight. That's what we're moving into. And that is being mirrored by the Fool, new beginnings. We have the waiting game. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. So the waiting game. Well, if you just look at this energy, this person is just going round and round and round and round and round. Maybe I'm waiting for time to change something. And maybe ultimately it's me who has to change it, right? If I'm waiting on another, I don't know. you know, Especially if their energy has anything to do with this Seven of Swords, deception and envy. How much time do I want to give someone? But then the Ace of Pentacles comes out. Ace of Pentacles talks about something that is coming into your physical world. And this ace is meant to enhance your world. This ace, as all aces, but this ace in particular is a seed. And I feel like, what do I need to do with the seed? I need to nurture it. Maybe that's why feminine is out, right? Because feminine is all about nurturing, loving. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean that makes me weak. It actually is my power. So, two aces. This ace is going to expand your world in somehow. And look at this. Spiritual union. Soulmates. Following the Ace of Pentacles. Hello. So again, that Ace of Pentacles means something is coming into your physical world. Well, and then the soulmates follow. This one says spiritual union. Interesting because the waiting game here. Am I waiting on someone? You know, um, And I feel like some of you may be, but I do feel like, I'm not going to tell you not to continue to wait if that's truly what your heart wants. However, if you're not being, if someone's being deceptive in that energy at the same time, then you need to think about your own integrity. And I'm only saying that because what if this is talking about someone who's new, right? It's following the Ace of Pentacles. We have new beginnings. Look at that, two twos with the one in between. All right, let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. Firm foundation. So, three fours. Your foundation is everything. I'm going to keep doing this until my light goes back up. I feel like his chakra is being activated. Look at the power. Look at the muscles of this person. This person has probably been through it, but now they're understanding if my foundation isn't strong, right? If I can't have balance within myself, how can I have balance within my life? How can I have balance within love? Even if this is speaking about two people coming together, it's also talking about allowing it to start on a firm foundation. So if, let's say, let's say I am waiting on someone, but, it's keeping me off kilter. Is that what you want? All right, let's bring the Gilded Tarot and let's just get right into it. Let's go deeper. Deeper if we dare, and we do dare. Get just a couple shuffles. By the way, this is the Gilded Tarot. Let's give them a cut. And let's start at the beginning. All these major arcanas. Another major arcana down here. So 4, 5, 6 major arcanas. All right, but we're starting at the top line, but we're reading it as a whole. And many of you know that's how I read, but those who are new, first of all, welcome. I'm glad you found me. Sorry my screen is dark. Um, I always read it as a whole. All right, with Queen of Wands, Queen of Action. This is someone who takes action and thinks about it later. This is someone who follows her desires. And I feel like that's exactly what's happening to you. I do feel like this is the majority of you. For some of you, it could certainly be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We do have Leo on the board. So it could be, but I feel like more it's speaking to you, and it's speaking to you taking a chance on you, following whatever these epiphanies or these, how do I want to say it? Because it's connected to your spiritual team, and your spiritual team is always involved in your life. Remember that they're always sending you signs, guidance. Doesn't mean we always pick up on it though. I feel like this queen's picking up on it. Your angels are also involved in your life, but they need your permission to come in and to help you. So don't be afraid to ask your angels, ask the archangels. If you feel like you need protection, call on Archangel Michael. If you are worried about your health, call on Archangel Raphael. I mean, we have, like, we're not just thrown down here and just forgotten about. No, you have a whole spiritual team that is connected to you. You got to try to remember that, especially during difficult times. Look at this, 9 of Cups. Now we have three nines, 999. 9 of Cups, inner harmony. That's good news. Nine of Cups is, you know, I mean, this person's raising their glass in celebration. You know, ching ching. This is when I'm starting to love my life again. After a period of time where maybe someone has held some type of influence over you. And again, I don't, first of all, I do want to say that to me, a nine means singular energy. It's your energy. So maybe this soulmate has not even arrived yet. Don't mind me. I'm going to keep doing that until my screen lightens up. Hello, Four of Wands. This is the marriage card. This is the commitment card. First of all, coming over shadow, I feel like it's asking you to make a commitment to yourself. And that commitment, I feel like, is that I'm only going to accept the best. I'm not going to accept, those who work against me, those who lie to me, those I cannot trust. Listen, it's following the Nine of Cups. And again, I feel that as singular energy. So what is that saying? It's saying when you, first and foremost, it's important that you find that inner harmony within yourself. Some of you, it's about getting grounded. And it's about taking off any blindfolds, being very truthful with yourself. There's no sense of lying to yourself, even if someone else is lying to you. Sometimes we don't want to know that. It's like, but especially if it's relating to love, but I feel like I love them. But are they giving you what you deserve? Well, this person is. So I find it very, very interesting. By the way, 999444. Um, so to me, that's a commitment card. And I do feel like first and foremost is saying make a commitment to yourself. And that commitment is that you're going to live in integrity. And I expect anyone in my life to also live from integrity. You know, um, if someone is living in their dark energy, know that. And again, don't think that you're here to change them, fix them. And don't think that they're the only one. Like there's no one else. Like, oh, if I can't have you, I don't want nobody, baby. If I can't have you. Well, but what if there is a soulmate on the way? Allow yourself to feel it. Again, I feel like the inspiration, the passion you're going to feel before the Ace of Pentacles actually comes in. Commitment, love. This is my favorite love card in the tarot because everyone, and they're under, oh, I forget what you call that, but when you get married, what do they call that? That, what you stand under. Um, Interesting because it's reminding me of foundation and achievements, it's almost like we're going to find a home together. All right, let's keep going. You're the last reading for October, but sometimes I feel like the last reading is the best reading. Okay, wow. A little chaotic there. We're going to take what's face up first. Three of Wands. I feel like the Three of Wands is a choice. This is me saying, you know what? I'm going to start looking at my life in all that it can be. This is living in the present moment, but knowing in your heart that your ships will arrive at just the right time. You may be taking it step by step because it's coming over the Fool, but this is you saying, I'm going to have an optimistic view of my future, but I'm going to let go of control of exactly what each ship is, but I can see the ships, right? They're right there. They just haven't reached the shore yet. an optimistic view of your future, right over new beginnings. And then we have the devil, card of Capricorn. And again, I'm always apologizing to Capricorn because I feel like they got a raw deal as, their major arcana. But this does talk about temptations. This is, this can talk about someone or something that keeps tempting me to it. Well, it's coming over the Two of Swords, so that's another reason why that blindfold needs to be ripped off. It's like energy that keeps tempting you. Could be something that has been of a repeat pattern. Rip it off. Face the truth. I feel like it's completely up to you, but I feel like in this reading, it's saying if there's someone that is making you wait and then making you wait more, well, there's your answer. Because I feel like someone else sits along your path. You know, we're just, I just feel like, some of us are lucky enough to like meet the love of our life at an early age and spend the rest of our lives together. But that is very, very seldom. Most of us, some of us don't find great love until later in life. I'm one of those people. Not that I haven't had love, but the type of love I have now doesn't really compare to the love I used to have. Now, I'm not putting anybody down that I used to love because, so, like, the person before Sam, I had great love for that person and we are very, very good friends. But it just didn't work. Yeah, well, we spent 25 years together. You know what I mean? And I feel like Sam and I are twin flames and I am the runner. Because I was constantly leaving relationships. Like I'm always the runner. But now I've learned that and I'm no longer gonna run. Take the blindfold off. If someone's tempting you to them, but then there's no action behind their words, I feel like there's your answer. All right. Well, hello, the Fool again. Interesting because the Fool now is right under that Nine of Cups and right over the Ace of Wands. To me, this feels like you're saying yes to the universe. Yes, I'm going to take a chance on me. Yes, I'm going to take a leap of faith. No, I don't know exactly where anything's going to go, but I'm going to have an optimistic view that ultimately it'll be fine, if not better than fine. All right, Three Cups. So nothing to fear here. This is the energy of joy. And I feel like for some of you, it's been a while since you've been able to live in that type of energy. Joy, like joy in your heart. The meaning of the card is a reason to celebrate, a reason to rejoice. And again, I felt in that Nine of Cups, like that person is lifting their cup, like, ching ching, um, cheers, many different ways of saying that. So right over your spiritual team, they're telling you that there's something that's coming your way. Let go of control of exactly how it must look and just trust in what you feel, your intuition. Don't second guess it because that's when we start to get into trouble, right? That's when we start to put on those blindfolds. You know, I feel like there's no need for a blindfold. It's going to be very clear. All right, King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But let me tell you, when the King of Swords comes in the upright, integrity is his name. Some of you, though, I do feel like potentially you may be healing over this King of Swords because he is mirrored over here by the devil. Um, and it may just be saying, like, someone that I gave so much effort and time to, it didn't pan out, didn't work out in my favor. Quite the opposite. But it, didn't mean I didn't feel feelings, but I have to say also when the devil comes out, sometimes the devil casts illusions, and these illusions can feel very real. And what I mean by that is sometimes like a love that I think that I have for someone, it can feel very real. And then, it doesn't work out in your favor. You move on with your day or your year, and then a soulmate enters into your life. Now you know the difference. So for some of you, I do feel like this king may be someone that you are healing over. And then, hello, beautiful Empress coming over the Seven of Swords. Good luck, Seven of Swords. Good luck, deception. Trying to deceive the Empress. Not going to happen. If nothing else, this is talking, or first of all, feminine. This is the feminine action right here, or the feminine energy. When I see the Empress come out in a reading, it tells me that many of you have walked the path of the queens. I feel like she's the energy of all the queens, maybe all the kings also. But this is someone who, first of all, she allows herself to receive epiphanies. She allows herself to see the truth. She can't live in anything but the truth. She doesn't allow another to make her heart hard, to keep herself from what potentially her life could be. I feel like this has been a lesson learned because, again, she's coming over deception and envy, and there's no way that someone deceptive could get through the Empress's energy. She's going to feel it, know it, the alarms will be set off, and she's going to pay attention to it. She's a very creative soul. And the reason why she's so creative, because her spiritual team knows, like, as I send in these epiphanies, she's going to put them to use. I mean, good luck, who's ever in the Seven of Swords, because I feel like, listen, I feel like you're no longer accepting it. Whatever it may relate to, whether it be love, whether it be work, whether it be family, whoever has kind of held you down. And I feel that because the devil is like these illusions, right? Illusions that, hey, you can't be the fool. But eventually, especially if you pay attention to your spiritual team, you realize I absolutely can. The power of the strength card right now mirroring the Empress. Queen of Cups. Probably you. And then hello, Ace of Pentacles again. So now the Ace of Pentacles literally is landing on the spread. We have it here, connected to the soulmates. It's going to be wild if soulmates come out next, but we'll see. It's interesting because I also feel like this Ace of Pentacles is coming over foundation and achievements. And it's mirroring the Four of Wands, the marriage card, or the commitment card. And I always clarify that because, just because someone's not married doesn't mean that we don't have great love. Like I'm not married, but I have great love. You know what I mean? But this is definitely, I feel like it's saying as your foundation becomes more solid, so do the things that come your way. The Empress understands the law of attraction. The vibration I put out there is the vibration that's going to meet me back. The universe isn't deciphering whether, oh, maybe the Empress didn't really mean to put out negative or fearful type energy. No. If you put out fearful energy, it's like it just gives you more reasons to worry. Empress learns that. You learn that. I mean, many of you are the Empress. I feel like we all have that energy, male or female, within us. It's just coming to that state of awareness. All right. We have a card in reverse here. Interesting. Page of Cups. We're going to put that over here, though, because I want to shuffle for your last card. Page of Cups, just good talking about earlier energy and current energy. Whoa. We have the Eight of Cups, two eights, 88. 88 has been the name of the game for almost everyone's reading. Like, I don't think that there's one sign that didn't have at least two eights in their reading. And I do feel like these eights are coming out. First of all, eight is a number of infinity, as above, so below. So that's powerful. Remembering that, right? That power you have. I'm a spiritual being having human conditions. Well, my spiritual being is not going to allow the Seven of Swords to rule the day. Maybe it did for a while, and that's okay. Lesson learned. And that's what we're here for. We're here to learn these lessons, but also to see our growth and be proud of ourselves for the growth that we've had. Eight of Cups means that you are willing to look within your emotional house. You're willing to take a deep dive and figure out what was working and what was not working. This person is leaving that Eight of Cups energy. So I feel like the work has already been done. Now, maybe not for everyone, right? Or, I feel like some of the cups aren't even worth looking at. Some cups were just free will and they were what they were, and like not everything's going to work out. But the ones that really have held you back, held you down, those are the ones you want to reflect upon. And what does that do? Well, it's saying right here, it gives you a true sense of power. Now we have the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords coming under deception and envy. And then, hello, Hierophant. This is your truth. This is your belief system. This is a five. Fives ask for change. This is a card where I do feel like it's your spiritual team, or God saying, do you still have integrity? Or has someone taken that from you? And if they have, the Empress is saying, but you can reclaim that, right? Take away that power. Don't allow someone else to control your life. Nine of Swords is extreme worry, but it's unnecessary worry. It can turn into sleepless nights, and I feel like it's due to someone. But again, the Empress feels like she comes in, and again, I feel you're the Empress, but I feel like it's her energy that saves the day, so to speak. The Hierophant, your belief system, it wants you to question it. Are you living your truth? Have you lost your faith? Have you given up hope? This is asking you not to. Understand, again, that not all things are going to work out. That sometimes we run across these people who just can put us through hell. But this is the energy of saying, don't forget, there's also heaven. Do you want to live in hell or do you want to live in heaven? Do you believe that you can have all that's meant for you? Queen of Cups right above that. The Queen of Cups is someone who, well, she's water. And I often feel the Queen of Cups is someone who, really loves, just like the King of Cups, loves having that special person with them. But I feel like ultimately I realize I don't have to have that, right? I can love my life without that. But still, I feel like it's coming towards you. Or does feel like there's someone. And I feel like it's whoever is in this waiting game energy. And I feel like it's them who has, almost like fed you lies. Oh, things will get better. I promise I'll be with you. I promise I'll leave them. You know, it's like, I'm not telling you to, like, don't, well, I don't know. I'm not telling you not to believe them, but uh, what I should say is if they're not putting action behind their words, then be real with yourself. And don't think that just because one person couldn't love you the way that you deserve to be loved, that you won't have love again. Matter of fact, I feel like someone like this robs you of time. However, there is a valuable lesson to be learned, right? Did I allow them? How long do I stay? How long did I wait? Now, that doesn't mean people can't change, people can't evolve. But again, if there's no action behind their words, to me, that is your answer. All right, I feel like I want to go underneath. We have the Eight of Pentacles, also a very creative energy. And then we have the Five of Swords. Oh my gosh, hang on. My Alexa just came up. I don't know why. Sorry about that, guys. Um, Look at the Five of Swords mirroring the Nine of Swords. Five of Swords talks about toxic energy. Someone or multiple people being toxic to you. I do feel like part of this has been a lesson for you to learn to walk away. Right? Again, if someone can't put action behind their words, I need to accept that. And I need to start thinking about, okay, what about my future? Nine of Swords kind of hold you in place. But look what is coming over deception and envy. Eight of Pentacles is very creative type energy. And it's connected to the Eight of Pentacles. So for some of you, this could even be a new start in a business or a creative outlet. You know, the Eight of Pentacles message is if you're willing to focus on something, then it will grow. Now, some of you, I need to remind you that if someone is not putting action behind their words, then that's not going to grow, right? This is about you. And it is about a new beginning. This is the willingness to be the apprentice and knowing that I can take this ace and I can grow it to success. Remember, we saw the Ten of Pentacles in the beginning. You know, when I see a card, I feel like I'm meant to see a card, even though it didn't come out. Doesn't matter. I feel like we still saw it. Okay. This seems very, very clear to me, but let's take the soulmates. Even though this is not the most important energy, though sometimes we think, you know, everything, like if there's no love in our life, then our life can't be happy. But the Nine of Cups is telling you something different, you know, and then it's coming over the Hermit, your spirituality. Some of you, your spirituality is coming alive, and some of you may be creating from that energy. And if that's the case, I feel like you're receiving confirmation that success can be had, just as long as you're willing to focus on it. All right, but let's look at the Two of Cups. All right, one went flying off, but it did go way over here. Look at this, the wheel. Destiny. Destiny. No wonder your spiritual team is here. I mean, they're always here. But no wonder their messages are being very, very clear. You know, I don't feel like this is someone, I have to be careful because sometimes it can be someone, especially with this page sitting over here. Sometimes it can be someone of our past, but it's not this person in the Seven of Swords. It's not this person who's causing you to wear a blindfold. No, it's not them. I just know that. I just feel it. So the wheel speaks about what's destined, right? To me, that means it's your soul seed of intention that was planted before you even came into this lifetime. When is it meant to happen? In the right time. You know, there's valuable lessons that we're learning, and these lessons are helping our souls to expand. And that is why we're here. Not to just like have love and have fun and, yeah, that's part of it, right? Balance. But part of it is like seeing that dark side of ourselves, understanding it, and then bringing it to balance, not allowing it to rule the day or rule your life. Sometimes it needs to come out, but right now, the light is being asked to come out. Okay, we have the death card Scorpio, but this talks about endings. Why? Because a new door wants to open. And by the way, it's touching the Ace of Pentacles. The Four of Wands is above it, and underneath it is your spiritual team. I gotta close the door. Sometimes the only time some of these aces can come in is when one door is closed. It's almost like the universe is saying, well, all right, if this person is still buying what the person in the Seven of Swords is selling, how are they going to recognize this energy? How are they going to take that seed and nurture it and bring it to full blossom? Or will they just let it dry up and die? That will not be the right time. So, the closing of the doors, it sounds simple, but I promise you, when one door closes, another door opens. And sometimes another door cannot open until one door closes. Some of you, this is talking about your spiritual team being very involved in your love life, in all parts of your life, but giving you signs. We have the Queen of Swords. Interesting. She's coming right next to the King of Swords now. And then we have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands talks about standing your ground. And that kind of would make sense with integrity here. But then sometimes I gotta know what I'm fighting for. You know, it's right next to the Seven of Swords. Is that, or, oh, there's another card. Oh no, that was already there. Um, I have a feeling that this is also talking about karmic lessons because standing your ground, I feel like it's saying that I'm no longer going to take these attacks. I'm no longer going to take these lies. I'm no longer going to take your false words. This is me saying, no, I'm going to live the life that I was destined to live. I've learned my lesson. I see you for what you are. This is you talking to them, if you even need to talk to them. But I love that the soulmates then brings out the queen and king together. Even though it's not your sign, I still feel like it's you. And the reason why I'm saying that is because Mother Mary brought out integrity, but that's what these two people live in. Integrity, truth. These two people have learned the true art of communication. All right, I'm going to just take one more round, right around again the soulmates, see if anything else wants to come out. Nine of Wands, same as spiritual strength down here. I feel like in the Nine of Wands, this is reflection back, maybe on one cycle or maybe every cycle in your life. And it's looking at it from all that like how I have grown from it. You know, in a lot of these images, you'll see someone whose clothes are, torn because their spiritual muscles have grown so much. This is also about my own responsibility within my life. Hello, Ace of Cups. Unconditional love. Coming over the Ace of Pentacles. And we're looking at the Two of Cups. And then we have the moon again. You're a ruler. Card of Pisces, though, also. Look at that. Coming, the Ace of Cups is coming below the Death card. Now, for some of you, it could certainly mean Scorpio, but I feel like it's saying, what I felt maybe it was potential love here ain't nothing compared to what can be, what will be if you allow it. Now, does that mean it's immediate? No. Or yes. Who am I to say no or yes, right? But it is showing. Ace of Cups is unconditional love. I just feel like for some of you, like I just ended up with the wrong person. And no need to judge yourself over that. We all do, right? Like I can think back and I can think about some of the people I was with, like, holy shit. Would I do that again? No. No. Matter of fact, I won't even think of them. Even though, except in a reading, like they don't cross my mind. But I do have to tell you, there's a couple people who were very deceptive towards me, whose life that I do know now are not very good. Where my life, I'm not saying that there's no challenges and obstacles. Of course there are. We're always going to have them. But the stronger we become, the more we're like the Empress. We understand that, listen, I've gotten over that. I can get over this. But this is even about overcoming. This is about what can be. I just feel like there's someone who wants to love you. And I feel like there's someone who is going to love you. And I feel like there's someone that you're going to love. And maybe you're really going to understand what true love really feels like. This could talk about, like, if we had to put a time on it, maybe it's somewhere around a full moon. Do you feel like it's in this year? And I hate to keep bringing this up, but if you go back to January, where I did each sign, I did, your year in review. I felt like this year is a year where many soulmates were coming together. And I know it's not everyone, but I have to tell you, I get email after email of people telling me, "Hey, I found my soulmate." So, but when you watch tarot, like, don't skip over the lessons. Because if I don't learn the lessons, then how can I close that door? And if I never close the door, how can a new door open? Sometimes it's that simple. All right, I want to read from Mother Mary because I feel like it's very important. Let's start with integrity. I feel that is probably some of you need to hear this. You drew this card because the situation you're asking about involves someone's integrity. This card comes as guidance to pay attention to your body's signals because you can sense whether someone is being honest. Hello, the Empress over the Seven of Swords. That you got to trust in. Mother Mary is a wonderful role model of gently and lovingly demanding that others live truthfully. You can do the same thing. You can do the same with the people in your life. You can also avoid those who aren't acting with integrity. Either way, trust your gut feelings to steer you towards individuals who tell the truth and who walk their talk. How many times did we say that in a reading today? This card also asks you to tell the truth yourself, even if you're uncomfortable with the possible reaction. Prayer can guide your words, give you courage to speak up, and help create a healthy atmosphere of honest communication. The Queen and King. All right, feminine. Mother Mary demonstrates that you can be both feminine and strong. Hello, Strength card. Her sweet and loving nature is balanced by a clear vision of her duty to God's will. Whether you're a woman or man, you have a feminine and masculine nature. This card comes to you as a message to allow your feminine side to be more present and accessible to others. Your femininity, I can never say that word, includes virtues such as nurturing, tenderness, sweetness, softness, and gentleness, as well as receptivity and intuition. In fact, in order for you to develop your spiritual gifts, including intuition, it's essential to allow yourself to receive, and that includes divine messages. Amen. Cancer. Amen. 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 I feel like that should be the name of this reading. Um, I'm going to let that be. I thank you. I apologize that my screen's going dark. I'm telling you, I'm trying to learn. I turned the brightness up and then Gemini's reading became too bright. It's like, but I'll figure it out. I just been so busy. I haven't had a chance to really learn this new computer. And by the way, again, I want to give my gratitude for you guys through your donations, helping me to purchase this computer after mine hit the bed. Oh, I thought it was the end, but then you showed me otherwise. You showed me otherwise. So much gratitude for that. Um, I love you guys. Thank you for everything you do for this channel. I thank you for everything you do for others. And I love your comments and how you help others through the comments. You'll find yourself in those comments. You know what I mean? Like you'll find yourself in other people's comments. Some of you have already overcome something. I think it's beautiful when you see someone who's suffering, like you can be like, listen, I've been there and I can tell you that there is light. There is light. All right, I'm going to stop talking. Um, yeah, love you. And I'll see you next time at our table. Bye bye.